Seminar yesterday, we do a little bit of sitting. Today, a little bit gentle one. So we do a gentle dropping. You hear me?
Yes.
So a thinking mind or moving mind with subject and object. A lot of happening in the cognitive, conceptual way. And in order to find calmness or relaxation, you have to bring the thinking mind into the body. Otherwise, mind itself cannot rest. So, object of resting is the body. Of course, there's a gross body, subtle body, and emotions. I think we're not worried about all the distinguish right now. So when I do it like this, not moving, just gently, the thought or mind come to the body. Can we start? So sit straight with a dignified way, and then, like a thinking mind, slowly drop into the body. A little bit of sinking, just aware of the body. And relax. Feel the formness. Feel the stability of the body. Groundedness. Stable. Just aware of that form which is grounded. Noticed and feel the feeling of stability. Rested peacefully. Let you go all the worries. Very gently bring awareness to the body again and again. And feel the formness, form or grounded body. And trust into your body. Remind time to time, relax. Just guide to your body. The body can relax. All the muscles. Feel the whole body. And your seat. And feel stable and secure. Protected. And we go a little bit of subtle. Feel your feelings within the body. Just aware of it. Try not to stop. When it change, let it change. Not pushing away. When it moves, let it move. Not holding on. Sensations. Just say hi to the sensation. Feel the feeling of sensation. Awareness and the feeling come together. And give the message to the feeling, relax. Maybe there's some beautiful feelings, calmness, relaxations. Feel kind of free feeling, at ease. Experience those, not attach. No need to figure out. It's a direct experience. Accept the change. In deeper part of your being, you might experience some well-being. Feel well without reason. I call open heart. A subtle joy. Joy without any external reasons. It is our innate nature. Aware of that. Feel that joy. Be with that joy. When it changes, let it change. Feelings are changeable, but we are aware of the change. It is a part of meditation. Sometimes you might experience some form of love. I call essence love. Ready to love is the heat of the fire, wetness of water. It is innate quality of our mind and feelings. Through the awareness, we acknowledge in the form of experience. No need to do anything except experience it and relax. Ready to love, ready to express, but not expressing yet. Which is our birthright to experience is center. Essence love is the center of our feeling. We need to nurture that. Keep coming back again and again. Through mindful awareness. If you carry away by thoughts, please drop the thinking mind and come back to the body, then enter into the essence love. A warm heart, start from that. One day, essence love start to express. Form of loving kindness. Out of that, compassion radiates. Out of compassion, bodhicitta begins. Bodhicitta is dependent on compassion. Compassion is dependent on loving kindness. Loving kindness is dependent on essence love. Feel okay, feel well, a subtle joy. Without any external reasons, very important. Capture the heat of the fire. Awareness of the water. If we lose that, we lose the main quality of fire and water. Bodhicitta without essence love is just dry, conceptual, thought-oriented, absence of feeling. Once we capture the essence love, then we can use our rational mind, use the reasons. And mind can help to grow essence love. Without essence love, mind is just empty. Please bring mind and feeling together as a fundamental practice of meditation. Okay, thank you. If we do too much, we will sleep. Into some interaction. If you have some questions. Yeah.
Somebody volunteer to run the mic? Maybe? Yeah? Thank you, Carolyn.
Rinpoche, how to do the development and completion stage at ease? The development and completion stage.
Completion.
Yes. Until with a spacious mind.
You know the development stage and completion stage. That one?
Yes, Rinpoche.
Sorry. Okay. There's a one exercise we can do that. Completion stage has two kinds of stage. One with a sign like a reference, one without reference. So I usually, shashu. Put all the water on one side, and if you want water, you can take. Meditation. Anyone want water, you can get that. You want water or me? What about so anyone water, go there. It's okay. So there is a three hum, and pe. You can exercise that way. So first hum, when we chant first hum, mentally dissolution. Like first hum, whole universe come to you, including earth also. Your version of universe, your version of concept of me and the world. Hum long hum to you. Now you alone in the world. Second home, so you also dissolve into the mind, heart. Maybe home also, one slipper home. And third home, that also dissolve. Now what is left? Luminosity and empty. Without any image, without any existence. Even your body also dissolved into the clear conscious, suffused by empty cognizance. Stay in the natural mind. Wait for a while, not too long. Maybe a few seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4, but don't count the concept. So just giving you idea because some might be from Germany. So they would like to know exactly how many minutes, how many seconds. So probably 5 seconds. Or some from Taiwan also. Taiwan follows Germany. Nepali doesn't matter, they would never ask this. Because they have a lot of time. So sweetheart. My Nepali friends, they never ask about time. So stay there without any image, even not your body. Just awareness, just awareness and emptiness. Then you chant pe, another pe, 2 times. The first pe, you appear from empty cognizance. Or you can be part of daily yoga, then if you practice Tara, Then appear Tara. You are the Tara. Peace. The second phase, whole world. The third phase, whole universe. Again, stay for a while, and then dissolution and arising, and again dissolution, and again arising, to many times. And through that, you will reduce the reification on the object and the subject. Then one day you feel like you're living like a magical display. It's there, but not there. Empty form. Magical display of mandala. And this is also very good for time of dying. Part of practice. In the moment of dying, everything is dissolution happening anyway. So you prepare now, and the real moment comes, become easy. And then what you experience is the mother luminosity with the recognition of child luminosity. Then there's a chance to go into Dharmakaya. One is like that. One is you have to do a little bit like spontaneous actions. Because we fix everything. This is daytime. Now it's afternoon time. I'm here with Tsoknyi Rinpoche. I'm listening his teaching. I must listen carefully. I need to know. I need to recognize, realize all this format is a blocking to expansion. So sometimes it's just to a spontaneous, just sit or walk or jump. Don't jump too high. Then you will blame me and you break your leg. So just small, just jump. There's a gap. Why? Body needs that. Emotion needs that because we care too much on our body, our world, our time, me, mine. So sometimes conceptual force is not enough to break that. So you need some action, or emotional action or physical action, and jump it, and those things become a little bit confused, and it will lose the momentum of fixation. So you will find easy gap. The best is the cold water. If you have cold water, jump into the cold water, body shock, and it releases so many things, and you are aware of naked, natural mother luminosity, which is child luminosity right now. Or roller coaster. Roller coaster, no. Too much, I think. Boat. What do you call it? Skynet was too much, I think. Because only 2-3 times Skynet. One big one, 175%, one half. I did this in what do you call Copenhagen. I went there with my wife. By the way, she's my wife. Home Minister. sky needle is too much, I think. It goes faster than your body gravity. But the boat is very good, all the way up. And when it come down, let it go. It will explain your practice. But if you don't have sickness of nausea or whatever, if you have nausea, it's different. But don't do it in Nepal. If you want to try, we have one down there. Yes. But Nepal, technically, maybe not so safe. Try not try. Do it in German.
Rinpoche, what about the developing stage on the visualization? How should we do, like, once we dissolve everything into emptiness, and then once, like, we appear as Tara, the deity, and then the entire mandala. So
yeah, I understand. I thought today, I was practicing development stage of Guru Vichya Mandala. I think many people face same problem. I used to have that problem also. I think forget about deity first. First, make your body as a light, as a rainbow. So I thought, maybe I will create one day in the one room, rainbow light, one sharp rainbow light, and I will give knife to the nuns and cut the rainbow body, cut the rainbow. One human, exactly like the person. Me like to have the sword, so the rainbow body like me. So I chop my head whole day. You chop, still there. Chop, still there. And then sit down and bring that form into you. Your body is like a rainbow body. And then think someone is chopping you, not the real one. Don't give sword to your friend. But you imagine someone come and cut all your body. You cannot cut. It's a rainbow. So I think we need to go back to the basic format of light, which is, Buddhist says, everything is made out of light. But we cling, we reify it, it feels, looks very solid. But the fundamental mechanism is the light. So I think we have to adopt that first. From your here, everything just a light. No deity. But right now the problem is you want to practice deity. What's your name?
Raj.
Huh?
Raj.
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 No.
Right.
R-A-J.
Okay. You want to practice Guru Vichya by Raj, want to also exist. And the Guru Vichya and the Raj fight. At the end of the deity yoga practice, you get migraine, headache. So I think first, walk with yourself first. Right? Breathe in, all the sad, all become rainbow. Like a Raj, but not really. And not only thinking, feel like that. Everything like dissimulated. Reify, fixation, everything, that becomes just a light. And then try, imagine you go through the wall. First chop yourself, then go through the wall, then make big crush, like a Mount Everest. One big, and then make very small, tiny, like sesame seed. Still everything is there. And then multiple, 4 or 5, like Ravan. Ravan. Or Avalokiteshvara, 1,000 arms. The end of that, and you don't feel like something there is really true. You can play with it. And development stage actually is playing. trying to go beyond your normal concept. And then one day you do hum hum hum, pay, then appear as Guru Rinpoche or Dara in the form of light. The light is also wisdom light. The light can teach also. Light can talk also. Light can do many emanations. So next time when you hear, I will do some experiment here. One room, take a photo, 3D in the light. Okay, all the nuns bring knife to cut. I think one end of the day they will exhaust. So I did this in Poland. What do you call this?
Virtual reality.
Virtual reality. You wear goggles, and then I was in the iron lip, going up there, start to open. And then one big knife is coming close to me. Feel like rain, and trying to chop my body. So I saw, oh, I'm in the house. The leaf, the image is just projection. So I was not scared. But then they cut it. But I'm still alive. But if you reify both, you lost where you are, and you reify the knife is real knife, I think I'm very scared. Some other questions?
No?
Nicht.
Losar?
Okay, okay.
First, thank you, Rinpoche, for who you are and your kindness. Over the time I've known you, you've shown so much equanimity to everybody, and it's deeply appreciated. Thank you.
Welcome.
I was going to ask if you could talk about your father or beings such as who helped you, who taught you, and how you were able to hold the view and not lose, what advices you could give to us when we are around great beings, to hold and to remember those pure qualities
All
of the
you
three
or
kayas.
all the great
Hold the vision
beings
of the
of-
three kayas. To remember, it's easy to see it when we sit with you, but when we go back home, how can we be reminded of the pure essence?
Okay, too many things. Who taught, you say who taught me?
Your father took Orient.
Yeah, I think I remember him.
I think he was a great influence for you.
Yeah,
But there are many such great masters who touch us, who show us the Buddha nature and the Kaya nature, and how you would advise us ordinary people
oh, okay.
to deal with it and not to forget and not to lose the momentum.
Thank God I don't need to talk about religion. I think not to lose their blessing, their inspiration, is that I never thought about they are passed away. Most of my teachers, they're all gone physically, but I never thought they're really gone. So they are with me. What I'm practicing, what I'm carrying in my life, spiritual practice, is the part of them. Part of them. So I do Guru Yoga, but I don't do Guru Yoga in the manner of subject and object clinging way. Clinging, I don't do all the procedures. Of course, do refuge bodhicitta, but in the little bit easy manner. So when I stay in practice, when I see whatever, I see them part of my display. Of course, I appreciate that, but it's not like emotionally that you are clinging on the real form of Tsoknyi Rinpoche or Adi Rinpoche. I see Adi Rinpoche teaching is me, and then they are with me. So you don't need to worry much about their form, but anytime you come back to your practice, you think that is your guru. And in order to remember the practice, I think we're all saying mindfulness. Remember your practice. And practice is a part of Guru. If you don't remember your practice, then no Guru, no source, no connection. And I think one of my journey to Tibet with Adi Rinpoche, and he came to Nepal and India. He came to Nepal 2 times. The last time he came, then I sent off him, and before he was leaving to Tibet, 2 things. First time he came, he told me, because I have a little bit of Western mind from childhood, I don't know why. Who keep this, I don't know, maybe you. Not easy to believe everything. So there's a little bit of critical mind from Western point of view. So Adi Rinpoche, he says maybe this grow too much, maybe not so good. So he told me that you just simply trust in the Dharma. Because I asked a lot of questions, I think, and he fed up maybe. So I thought I have a trust, but my question is not because I don't trust, I'd like to know more. So sometimes how I phrase could be doubtful of Dharma, maybe. So before he left, he said, trust simply, and trust is one of the important issue. And that, at that time, it didn't stuck my heart so much. Later on, I think simply trust is very important because you cannot find all the solution by inquiry. Inquiry gives you something, but at the end you have to just simply drop and be whatever you're doing. So this day I say, just do it. And just trust. Because your heart wants that. And find some like a relaxed spot. So you have to be trust on your practice. Second time he came, and then he told me many times, but before he left, he will remember most. So he says, mindful of your practice. Tenshi, Tempa, Sheshin is what?
Yeah, vigilance.
Vigilance and mindful of your practice, whatever you do. And that also makes a lot of impact on my practice. So I think this is the Tibetan way of teaching mindful. Nowadays, mindful is very different. It goes many directions. But the main kind of practice of mindfulness, remember your practice. If you don't remember your practice, then you lost your path. So in order to walk on the path, the mindfulness will bring you on the path. But the path itself is not mindful. Could be a compassion, could be a natural mind, could be a development stage, could be a completion stage. But to bring into mind, we depend on mindful, otherwise we're lost. So I think you need to practice. You receive so many teachings from Khenpos, Namdro Rinpoche, many beings. So now just remember that. No need more teaching maybe. To remember whatever you received and remember, put you on the path and push a little bit. Walk on the path. And that is the true blessing. Yeah, next one. You have some?
Hello, Rinpoche. My question, I am a little bit confused with all these different lineages and different transmissions and empowerments. And the question is connected a little bit with the critical mind that you were talking. And it's not that I am doubtful, but how, I don't understand all these transmissions and empowerments. They are all the same in essence, like they're coming from the same source.
Correct.
Because sometimes they say,
You're confused, there's so many.
yes.
Or you're confused, it is.
For example, there are thousands of Dharmas,
Yeah.
or thousands of Vajrapanis, or
Right, yeah.
I don't understand why is that, like this separation.
Yeah. It's like going into shopping mall. All the shops sells almost same, but there's so many. How are you going to explain that? There's, 1,000 head. Why is the head? The head does not use as a sauce. Salt. So 1,000 salt. So if you have one good one, or maybe two, usually they recommend 3. Lama, Yidam, Khadro, the daily yogas. Then there's one more lamas. Okay, there's a more lamas. Oh, I want a Yidam. Many. How many? 8. Tupakaji. So it's a variety, a manifestation of enlightenment body in the manner of form. And we practice that form, bring into our practice to become like that. So if you have one good one, it's good enough. And the other, you do as a window shopping. Nowadays, I do a lot of window shopping because I don't need so much. I like to go into some shops, back shops. To me, I like to me. Every time at airport, I go to me, visit, hello. I didn't bring somewhere with you. Every to me shop, at least I look at once. I used to like to me, but now it's too heavy, and they changed the color. More wrathful blues. Used to have red, so I don't buy now. So my friend changed. Then is, but there's so many other bags you go around, but you don't need. So you can take empowerment as a shopping, as a window shopping, but you should have one solid enough. The rest dissolve into it. So all the idams is the one idam. I think people get very bored. Maybe you too must have a different idam. Maybe, I don't know. I think he asked you to do one, same one, because he loves you. He thinks it's good for him, it's good for you. Might not be true. but he still thinks that way. It's a man's way. So what do you? Men not come with their pose. Just joking. But your innate has a different requirement. We are built of 5 Buddha family, and 5 Buddha family has a different kind of interest, different needs, and according to the Buddha's activity, there's a 5 Buddha. Some more magnetizing way, some peaceful way, some female, male. You make connection with that, and you learn that enlightenment, body, speech, mind, and copy you like that, and dissolve your old me, and bring new me with your yidam. And that also has the blessing. The lineage is the blessing. The no lineage, you do it, but you can do a mental exercise, but not become as a blessing source of transformation. So blessing matters, yidam is good, but only dry yidam in the perception where cognitively mental process might not have juicy impact. So you have to have inner Buddha nature, also need to connect with the manifestation of yidam, which is called Jirim and Zogrim Sungjuk, unified. Development stage, completion stage, unified in the form of Mahamudra or Zochen. So don't worry about more, is okay, but you don't need to take all. But one is good enough. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much for this teaching, Rinpoche. It's very nice to see you. I love that you just spoke about play,
Yeah.
development stage as play. This morning, in my own practice, I live in Boda in the center of Tarlam Monastery.
Which mountain?
Tarlam.
Tarlam.
Tarlam Lomba. So I'm constantly aware of the schedule of the monastics around me. And they oscillate between session and then I hear the young monks playing outside.
Right.
And I take it as such a teaching. Even this morning I was thinking as I was doing some practice, wow, this is really like play, but in a very profound way. And I think sometimes I struggle with the balance between when to take things for myself or life very serious and when to embrace some playfulness. And yet, in working with children and learning from children, I see how important play is and how radical it can be. So I wonder if you could just offer some window into how you treat these, play and serious.
Yes. There's a one natural way of play, or one with practice kind of. Like effortfully play. So kind of exercise. And natural play is connected with the humor. Humor. You have to find every such a thing has some humor, but some humors are diminished by some other conditions, cannot express, which I call beautiful monsters. It means some imprints block your humor. So I think first to find humor in your heart. There's a smiling. No smiling, no smelling. Compare, you might find some smelly first, but then if you go more deeper, then you can find smiling. So you drop the thinking or drop whatever. So honest plays a key role. Even you feel like a numb or juiceless, tightness, just aware of that and feel that and then relax. And beneath that, there is the humor from childhood, children's heart. And then connect with that. You don't need to do crazy, like, you can do that as exercise, but then you can find some humor inside and nurture that. Nurture by being with that. And that will give you a play, natural play. Then you see everything, oh, not that tight or serious. Serious enough that you can function, but unnecessarily tightness is gone. Keep the responsibility without rigidness. Rigidity blocks the humor. So when you feel yourself, you might come across with rigidity. And then relax with that, and you artificially try to smile. Hello, my tightness. Because the life, we have to go through many things. You might leave some imprints in our life. Healthy one, unhealthy one. Healthy one, you don't need to do anything. Unhealthy one, we still do something, it can open up, can change. So you might find some tightness, which is blocking the humor, which is the source of play. If we cannot find humor, you're trying to play, you can be playing, but it's a little bit dry. Once you found that humor, then with the practice of playing, could expand your humorous. So if you don't find humor, fine. If the tightness, you smile. Say hello, relax, I know you are there. So the main point, one day, whatever you experience, even the nasty one, you're okay with that, then you're okay. You found the play. Play does not mean always blissful, joyful. Play means nothing is blocked on your way. Could be a toughness there, but you found road. It's like all time in Nepal, the bunch of cow sleep in the middle of the road. A car can go all the way. But now the cow gone, I don't know. Development happens, cow disappear. So all time when I go to Bodha, in the chapel, there's a 5 cow always there. We have to go through a round. So when you found flow in you, whatever tightness is not really tightness. Then you can be very expressive. Then with the Buddhist practice, in the bigger way of doing is everything is a play. Magical discipline. Relative truth is also play. But collectively we joined with our karma, then there is a cause and condition. And that cause and condition is also play. But it matters to us right now, so we have to respect it. But that could be changed when you transfer to some other realm. This realm might not be with you, but other people can still perceive that. This is the real and true. You cannot live. You stand here forever. That might not be fun. So, there's always some form. The form changes. Emptiness is form emptiness. But the form exists, there is emptiness. Emptiness is there because form can be appear. But this appearance is not necessarily always one, same kind, boring one. 6 class of sentient being has different appearance. but emptiness is the same. So you play with the form, and Buddhists are trying to play with the form through virtue of karma. Virtue, good karma, because the form, one of the form, healthy form is caused by karma. Unhealthy form is caused by bad deeds of karma. Enlightenment is also another kind of form, but more free and reliable. Can trust. Anything else cannot trust. But once you understand that, that is, you can trust on understanding of that you cannot trust. But you trust the only object without that knowledge, deceive. And the deceive is cause of suffering. Deception. Some things you can change, something you cannot change. But if you cannot change, you understand that, that is equivalent like your change. So Buddhism is not finding you can have all the solutions. Some you cannot. But you understand this, you cannot do anything. And you can learn how to accept more profound way. Is that okay?
Thank you so much.
Now you can play, huh? Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask more about thoughts. You talked yesterday about thoughts and thinking, the
Right.
difference between them, and how thoughts have right to appear.
Say again. How?
Thoughts have right to appear.
Thoughts have the right.
Oh, thoughts have right to appear.
Yes, something like that. And I'm also trying in my practice not to fight the thoughts,
Correct.
but
Very good.
my mind is very active, so the thoughts can stick around for a while. It's sometimes it's hard to follow, like hard to follow the text or hard to follow the guided meditation. And I wanted to ask, maybe you can talk about it. And the second part of the question is, even if I have the gap and the thoughts are a little bit less, then there is still sort of an inner commentary inside.
Inner
Like a commentary.
commentary.
Yes, like something that comments everything that has happened, more subtle than the gross thought. And sometimes I feel I can be aware of the commentary and still have commentary, but I'm confused. Am I aware or am I distracted? So,
You're aware of the commentary.
yes, but sometimes
The commentary is still commentary.
yes, it's still commentary. So what to do is the thoughts that stick for a long time, so it's hard to follow. And what about this commentary? Thank you.
Okay. The sticky thoughts are connected with some sticky emotions. Maybe. There's two kinds of thoughts. One is just more or less pure thought. One thought, a thought plus there's some tea bag. No tea bag. The holding one, rubbed, but there's a. So it's you're holding tea bag here, you're holding the strip, but the tea is here. So I'll recommend you to practice handshake practice. So when the sticky thoughts comes, don't aware the thought and go to the feeling level. The tea bag is the feeling. So the one feeling is encouraging you to have that sticky thought. So just let it go thought and go back to the feeling level. The body, the sensation, maybe there's some emotion. with that thought. So aware of that emotion and stay in the emotion if you can. So I developed this path, not my one, but since like mine now, but no one takes the ownership. So why not? I take it. Actually, it's from Rinpoche's source, but I make it famous. So it's called handshake practice. So, mind has four modes: knowing, awareness, clarity. Knowing, thinking, awareness, clarity. So you bring awareness not to the thought, awareness to the feeling. And aware, I'm sure there's one emotion is linked with this thought. So aware of that emotion, and if you can stay with that. So this is the emotion, this is the awareness. So handshake means these need to come together. And feel that emotion. Stay there for a while. If you cannot stay in that emotion, stay nearby. Like a base camp. Morning you go climb, but the weather no good, come back to the base camp. Then you can try to go. But if this emotion is too much, then go to the next room. But don't go too far. So you stay far here, but the emotion is boiling here or making something. Just from distance, you're aware of it. But if it's not too bad, come closer and closer and stay in that emotion. And then die. Not die. Death. So just, no matter what happened. Trust that emotion. Because that emotion wants to open up. Usually our mind gives a lot of commentary, actually bad commentaries. So it's sort of fed up with our mind. So you feel kind of loving kindness towards to that emotion, and you stay in the emotion, it's okay, I'm with you. And then it releases its grief, release its tightness, open up, and you go all the way, and there's a space behind the emotion. Actually, it's in the emotion. But it's too tight, and you stay here, you feel like this is banging on you. So you have to trust, like a leaning towards to emotion, and then relax that. And almost you feel like, okay, emotion, whatever you want to express, I'm ready to follow you almost. I'm ready to suffer. You drive into it, dip into it, and die. It opens. And there's another very kind of freeing feeling comes with some guts. Oh, it's not too bad. I'm okay with that emotion. Then, mind feeling. Otherwise, you completely neglect your feeling wall and trying to walk with your only thoughts. It doesn't have so much effect. A little bit, but not the depth. We all have some issues. I'm sure you have. If you don't have, you're not normal. So, and sometimes that issue is connected with different kinds of thoughts. And those thoughts are a little sticky. I have high problem. That's why before I don't want to stay in the high throne. People say Tsoknyi Rinpoche is very humble, but they don't know my beautiful monster. Because sometimes in the high throne in the puja, you have to stand up. I feel dizzy. So now I can climb mountain. 80% transform, or 90%. 10%, I'm happy with that. If I go to a hotel, where sometimes we go to the room, 2 beds, she always choose the middle one. I choose the next to the wall. Why? I don't want to fall down. But I never fell down. But this beautiful monster choose. Oh, next to the wall is more safe. So it goes to every part of your life, here and there, influence, with conscious, without conscious. So some thought unconsciously connect with that feeling, but you thought it's a pure thought, but it's not a thought only, it's a feeling oriented. So look into it. There's 2 parts.
The second part was about the commentary. When the thoughts are not there, but there is still or the thoughts are not there.
Okay.
But now I don't
And then you just aware the commentary. Don't make a double commentary on that. Just listen the first commentary. Okay, see, you please commentary. I'm just watching. I don't. I'm just watching. That means you're still okay. Major Rinpoche always says, you know, if you are outside of the water, you remember that?
Yes.
Use that one. It's more safe. I don't know how to say properly.
If you watch the river,
Huh?
if you watch the river out of
You are not in the river.
And may I just clarify one little thing that, okay, if there is big emotion, then it's easier, but sometimes it's not something like emotion. Sometimes the thoughts would be like, what I'm gonna do next, and like, what are my plans? Something that is not really kind of painful or aggressive. It's just like this kind of a surface.
So you don't need that thought?
I mean, I can take a break from the thoughts for the time that I'm meditating, right? I can think about it later.
You want to meditate without thought?
I just want to be able to follow, like this morning we sat for 15 minutes and half of what you were saying.
Where you went?
Maybe beginning of the teaching, when we were sitting and you were saying things, I think some of them I was not able to listen because I'm thinking about what is going on around me and what I'm going to do next, and the taxi and da.
Yeah. I don't have a very fantastic answer. But at least you are aware of that. That's good. Many people, they're not aware of that. But if you know all the techniques, still not working, then you do a little crazy technique. Like cut, sharp pen, or when you see the chain of thought, and just make big noise if you're alone. Or you slap to like big like that. Or here, break the chain of the momentum. Break it. Break. Many times break. And then stay. After break, the most important thing after break is trust. Once you drop this, you have to trust your hand, not to grasp on. It's okay to be free. Understand? So now you cannot trust to your hand that we learn that hand need to hold on something. And keep things happening, you keep holding. And now, because of the outrage kind of method, you drop, shout, drop, and then right after dropping, trust. I'm okay with the space. I'm okay with not holding. Then you have to give message to the emotion, body, feeling. It's okay to not hold on. You have to transmit to whole your system, nervous system. It's okay. Feel proud of not holding. Doing nothing is fine. I'm not polluting the world. Staying all day in Tsoknyi Gechak Ling, not driving Kathmandu, not giving any pollution, donating to Nepali people. Just doing nothing is eco-friendly. So the worldly norm says do it, hold it, achieve it. So they have their point of view, but we don't need to follow always. Trust without holding.
This is my first time attending such valuable teaching, and thank you so much for this opportunity. So I have two questions. First one is, in the dual nature of suffering and happiness, is it possible to completely eliminate the suffering, or is it just an inherent part of the human experience coexisting with the happiness?
Okay. You highlight human. The human is the base on your happiness and suffering. Then that is coexistent. If you want to eliminate completely from suffering, you have to go beyond human. As long as human remains human, human phenomena, there is a suffering and happiness coexist. But we learn, we nurture more happiness and transform unnecessary suffering. And the basic suffering, you have to accept it. There's no way you can go out of that. But if you really want to go out of suffering, you have to be beyond human. Enlightenment. Mike doesn't accept. Enlightenment. Mike says, yes, human nature. So you have to go beyond 6 class of sentient beings. But there's many ways you can minimize some unnecessary suffering, eliminate. Even there is a suffering, you might not feel that much also. There's other way of helping. That's why when you look at it in your heart, your feeling, there's 2 things always happening. One is satisfaction, one is dissatisfaction. And dissatisfaction is a source of suffering. Satisfaction is source of happiness. So coexist. Coexist does not mean like they're always there. But as a human being, these 2 are there. When you sit there, naturally, there's dissatisfaction. Or sometimes you sit there, there is naturally satisfaction. So which one you will choose the path? Which one you want to nurture more? That is up to us. As a Buddhist point of view, as a practitioner point of view, this fundamental dissatisfaction we use as a renunciation source. Renunciation, Ninjung. Where Ninjung lies on us is this dissatisfaction. No matter what you do, there is a certain sadness of dissatisfaction. You cannot free from that. If you really want to free from that, you have to look another level of being or practice. So this encourages you even though you have everything, even though you are in like a, kings of Qatar, have a gold Rolls Royce, but I'm sure if they look at their mind, there's a dissatisfaction. So we take that as a part of our practice, as a ninju. Wow, no matter what kind of being you can be, but there's still something is missing. Dissatisfaction means something missing. What are you missing? Complete freedom. Which is a good thing. From Buddhist point of view, I like that. And that is equal to every sentient being, more or less. Every human being, at least. So, I don't know. I answer your question or not. I don't know what. Are you in that line? Yeah? You have two questions or one?
Second question is, everyone knows that our pain and suffering are all rooted from our desire and craving. So how to get control over it?
Not every suffering is based on. You mean this life's desire? Every suffering is connected with the karma. So the karma is connected with the desire, aversion, three poisons, but not necessarily this life karma. Our body right now is a result of past life karma. So in this life, even you don't have a desire, aversion, we have a basic suffering, birth, old age, sickness, and death. Even you don't want, you have that. So it's a fundamental, basic suffering of that Buddha saw in Lubidin, more or less. So he went to Bulgaria to go beyond that. So eradicate the source of karma, source of suffering is misdeed, and the source of misdeed is three poison, and source of true poison is ignorance. And opposite of the ignorance is wisdom of egoless and emptiness. I think Pranja Paramita. So you achieve that, you can eliminate from root to the fruition. So come down in this point when you look into your natural mind. In that state, there's no three poison. Three poison might come, but you're not caught up by three poison. Some habitual pattern of three poison might arise when you are in the natural mind. Anger might come, but you are not caught up by anger. That anger is not anymore real anger. It's like a bubble. Because you didn't join it, you didn't react towards the anger. Reaction is the problem. Happening is the problem. You cannot eliminate everything right now. So, yeah. Angela. A very good question.
Mama, I have a question. I'm a Chinese translator here, so I will say bilingual. I always found for the past 6 months, I always find that I don't have enough compassion for fellow practitioners. 在过往的6个月当中，我总是发现我自己没有足够的慈悲对待我身边的同修。In a very specific situation， 在某一种特定的情形下，我对同修没有足够的慈悲。Because I care about my health, I think too much in that specific situations. whenever there's a fellow practitioner coughing badly without mask, I freak out right away. So I practice awareness. I love the feeling of recognition, awareness. But as soon as somebody coughing badly, kick me out. Happened 4 or 5 times already. 在过往的6个月当中，这个情形出现了4到5次。我非常喜欢认出觉知的感觉，但是每一次只要有同修那个感冒了，没有戴口罩，使劲咳嗽，就一下子把我从这个状态里面带出来了。I think that's a problem. Even now, if she coughing, she's not coughing, but just for example, she's coughing, and that bring me out from the kick me out from the state of practice right away. I don't have a solution, so you can please help me.
Yeah, I will pray for you. I will put your name list on the prayer. You're always like that, or after COVID it's happened? After COVID? Yes. So it's the residue. It's a residue. You know residue?
Yes.
Leftover residue.
Yes, that's after COVID. So it is so serious, caused so much suffering for so many people, so many beings.
So I understand. Yeah. So this one is milky. Milky. No clear-cut solution, because half is based on truth, half is based on overcautious. Some is just fully mental projection, nothing land on a basic fact. But this one is a fact plus what do you call it? Mental projection. So it's a mixed up then. So that someone coughing might carry some disease, we don't know. Or might not. Or just allergy. Or COVID. Or pneumonia, we don't know. So the best thing is you protect yourself. Wear double mask. If you can. Wear double mask and accept the claustrophobia. You wear double mask, that's not easy, no? So, in order to protect myself, I will wear this. Are you translating? I have to break a little bit.
You can continue translating at the same time.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Thank you for your compassion.
I might cough. So, now I lost my point. Yeah, then another thought might come, oh, I'm okay, but my other friends are not okay because this guy is coughing. So one day you become like world police. So there's no end. Somewhere you have to draw a line. And this person cough and then go here, all that. Then is out of your control, no, sometimes. So I have to close your eyes at some point. Otherwise you go crazy. And the person cannot change anyway. You come to the shrine room, first thing, lecture. Everyone, please don't cough. Or you wear mask. Then it's become like dictator, no? We take someone's freedom. So, no matter what we do in samsara, cannot be completely okay. Something we have to accept. But at least you can protect yourself. And then maybe you can give some advice, wear a mask. When you're sick, I heard the best way is the person who is sick, wear the mask. It's more efficient. But you cannot announce. You might hurt their feeling. And which one is more pricey, I don't know. Hurting their emotion or protect from virus. It's a delicate issue, so somewhere in the middle you have to stop. And then you look into your imprint. I know many people after COVID, they have this kind of leftover residue, overreacted. Yeah. So, yeah. And don't attach to your practice. Sometimes people coughing disturb your practice, and your practice is going very well. Hello? Not going well. Your practice is going very well. I have to move my head. This is the first time. It's not working, you bang. I have one pen before, it's not working, bang! Long time going in there. So, yeah. So don't attach. Your practice is going so well, and someone call, then all this thought come. So one reason is you're attached to your practice. Second is your imprint. Third, there's some compassion that comes. So this might spread the disease to other people. At the end, it might come to me. So drop a little bit. Okay.
Thank you, Rinpoche. And before, I was living in India and Nepal in some very spiritual communities for many years. The devotion just come naturally without specific practices or doing something. It just come naturally, so I dedicate all my time to practices, to volunteer works, and just feel very passionately, without doubts, without any doubts. But when I came back to China, I started the very normal life as working, and I started to feel the materialism and the atheist. I started to like
what? Resist?
atheist.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
It started to corrupt me, and I feel like I cannot even corrupt my devotion. I started to adopt their views somehow, even I don't want, but somehow I adopt, and I started to. I feel like it's like something you take. Maybe before my devotion is very superficial, very emotional driven, very something like this. But at least there's something you take as very meaningful as your life. But now you just I feel like it's like a big breakup. You started to feel something you take so meaningful, so important, and you started to think it's a joking or something like this. Joking. Yeah, joking. Or just
joking.
Yeah, joking. This not joking. How to say this? Not. Yeah, very something you take before you take so meaningful, so serious, and it's. Maybe I take it so real, but anyway, it's very something good. But now now they really corrupt, and they become kind of being corrupted.
Okay.
Yeah. So what practices?
Yeah. So emotional devotion changes. So it seems like it's been corrupted. But sometimes we have to depend on cognitive reason, actual fact based on reasons. So I think reason-based devotion is still there. So that you have to follow. The movement of the emotion, devotion based on condition changes. But the deep down, hello? The deep down. Hello.
Just two videos.
Hello. Oh. Keep doing that. Fluctuation in the feeling based on conditions. But in the trust, in the cognitive based, it's still there. So you have to depend on that. And then whatever atheism, whatever people say, it's okay. They have free to say. But whatever it works for you, you have to trust it. Because it works for you, it's your life. It's not their life. It works for them, it's their life. At the end, everything is individual perception. There's no really common perception. What you perceiving, what I perceive is a different. So your perception, Dharma works for you, it transforms you, so then you keep the treasure on that. It's not their business. You don't need to compare. You cannot find one belief, one trust in the one thing. Everybody says yes. So don't compare. Respect their point of view. Work. You're working, no? So work wisely. And then your practice, you can bring your individual package. No need to compare to them. You asked yesterday already.
Don't worry.
Don't ask that question. Valentine's Day is gone. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Red T-shirt from German. No joking. Yeah.
Thank you for the essence instruction on completion stage of the project. We're here in a very beautiful high place with a very wide view of the sky. So could you in the same way give some instruction on using the sky as a support for meditation practice?
Using a sky as meditation support, yes. Yes and no. Yes, in the sense of you have to bring sky, openness to everything, not only in the front. Then it's fine. Back, also space. You don't see space at the back, but the feeling of space need to go for 360 degrees. If you look into the space and you see half space in front of you, and you are sort of stuck in that space, then it's not so good. Of course, you see space in front, you don't see the back, but that blessing from the front space need to go through all directions. Then this front space works fantastic. Because long time, at the beginning of my practice learning time, one time I start space in between, and the back space did not come. Then Tsoknyi Rinpoche slowly correct. I said, close eyes, fill space at the back also. Then look at the front, back, right, left. Then one day I lost a little bit, and that lost is a good one. Then the actual openness comes. The result of looking in the front space is need to endure you to have a openness in 10 directions. Unobstructed. Yes, unobstructed. Unobstructed. But you're obstructed with the front openness, that alone is not sufficient. The front one. Yeah.
Hi, dear Rinpoche.
Yeah.
Thank you for the teaching.
Yeah.
And actually, the chopping part, just now you mentioned the chopping part. chopping the knife.
Chopping.
Reminds me, I had a dream like 5 years ago that I was in a vast space. There was a machine of the meat grinder machine.
Oh.
So I was chained on the chop bar.
You grinded?
Yes.
You've been grinded?
Yes, and then I can see myself like chopping from the feet, legs, and the chest and shoulders. And very scary, but in the end, it's the head part. And then I was got chopped at the head. And then I'm still kind of like aware of everything. And I was in dream state. I let it go, everything. And then it was a vast of the space away, it's peaceful. It made me sleep very well last night. So I was asking, this kind of dream is like a good practice also or not, in some way for the way of this state of awareness part.
Yeah, I think so. You can chop also, or you can chop also good. I do chopping also. Chopping. Yeah. Not transform into the rainbow. Just rail this one, chop also okay, if you can take it. Another one is you transform it into rainbow, then you cut. Or in raw body also can cut.
Thank you. One more question, because this is my first time in Nepal, and I came here like 10 days ago, and I found this country.
We welcome you in Nepal.
And tomorrow I'm going to the working life in China, Shanghai. So I manage a team of 20 people to run a company. So by the time I'm thinking about how to bring the Dharma to the management to influence also to, if there's some kind of like advice from you to share with the team from time to time to the daily life in the company. Is that some advice from you? Thank you.
I don't know if it's Dharma or not, but you can bring some piece of Dharma to them, which is two areas. One is like a hyper active restlessness. Every company is following that. It's high chi. High chi, Chinese chi, no tea, chi. So it makes every inner speed, I call inner speed limit. Inner speed limit is going to be very high if you're going to be a successful company. If you're not a successful company like Nepal, then the chi is not the issue. Coffee is the issue. But I think successful country like China, so it's a lot of like Singapore, Japan, New York, the inside there's something is wrestling, moving up. And then everything go into your head. Head become very big, hot, tight. So you give mindful practice, bring your chi down towards to Dantian area. Dantian. Dantian. Dantian area. And keep there and relax. With breathe in or out doesn't matter. Always aware of that speed. Plane. That's a plane. So there are three speed limits: physical speed, subtle body, chi speed, and completion understanding speed limit. Understanding fast is good, movement fast is good, but the feeling restlessness in the subtle body really injured our life. So you're aware of that, calm down that, and speed, movement, and fast thinking is fine. One area. Another is called, just a guided meditation time, I mentioned about the essence love, happy without reason. Because you're looking happy with a reason, no? Happy with a reason gives you comfort, but not really happiness. And we mistakenly understood happiness. Happiness, that's not allowed happiness. Hello. So, comfort and happiness are related, but not the same. Wealth, money can give you comfort, not necessarily gives you full happiness. Happiness is more than comfort. Happiness can find when you are not in comfortable zone also. So the center of happiness is this well-being inside of you. I call essence love. So you connect with that, okay, without reason. And that, when chi come down, then connect with your activity, can be helpful.
Thank you.
One, two, yeah. Your second one. If you have some question, this part, you can raise it. Not required.
Rinpoche, thank you. So a little bit related to the lady she was asking before about forgetting in daily life and then how to re-enter the practice.
This one, or this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it, yeah.
And so there's these 3 ways to introduce the Rigpa with emptiness, with clarity, and with sensation. And these 3 aspects, how can we also then, in daily life, use these 3 aspects of Rigpa to enter back into the practice? And maybe
3 doors to Rigpa.
These 3 doors to Rigpa, yeah.
Not aspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then maybe we could please practice the hum 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 together, maybe, because that might be related to.
I'm just newly built my nunnery.
Okay.
I don't want to respond.
Okay.
Still not finished. Please give me some more time.
Okay. But then maybe the first part of the question.
Joking. I think you are practicing for a long time, so I will not worry about the door. Just come in, which door doesn't matter. Procedure, steps, not required anymore. As long as you enter into the Rigpa, where you enter is not an issue. Do you understand? Procedure is to learn how to enter. But once you are in, how you come in, no need. As to which is method, just remember natural mind. Through remembering, you are in already. Otherwise, you are downgrade. Okay, now, okay, morning I will do the first door. Evening I do the north door. It's too complicated. Just remember. In, out, in, out. Oh, I lost? And you just merely that you think you're lost might bring in. That's good sufficient. When you're in, Rigpa is Rigpa. Sometimes a little bit of clarity flavor, same Rigpa. Sometimes maybe a little bit of empty, open flavor. Sometimes same Rigpa might have a little bit compassionate, juicy element, but the core is the Rigpa. Hello? Talking to you?
Yo.
Yo?
Yo.
Yeah. So you enter into this room. Room is room, but complexion of the room changes. Morning sun, evening sun, sunset. But same. When you enter in the Rigpa is the same. But it gives you a little different flavor. Other elements are coming. Eat too much, when you are resident Rigpa feels a little dull, but it's still Rigpa. You work out, come up and down, full steam, then you feel like you did something, work out, then we rest Rinpa, feel more fresh. Rinpa is not getting fresh. The body get fresh, experience in the Rinpa. And you like Rinpa is fresh now. No. 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 Can hear? I think this is very good. So it's time to stop. Understand? Then last one. By the way, tomorrow no teaching. You know that, no? And day after tomorrow, yes. If you want to come day after tomorrow for my teaching, or to come for puja, you can come anytime. Yeah.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Yes.
Understand that being seeing thoughts as pure,
Huh?
seeing thoughts as pure, is that the same as seeing them as the Rigpa in them? Is that what you said?
Seeing thought as pure, Rinpa in them.
Yeah, is that like seeing them as Rigpa, or from the space as Rigpa, or like what are the steps? Because
Okay.
right now, for me to see anything as pure is like intellectually
Okay.
reasoning.
Okay. Yeah. Finish?
Yeah, I just really want to know how to see thoughts as pure.
Okay.
I think the bad ones.
So it's like this. When you are in the Rigpa, there's two kinds of thought. When you are outside of Rigpa, there is a thought. When you are in the Rigpa, there can be a thought. So when you are outside of Rigpa, the thought is not a Dharmakaya thought. Actually, it is innate nature is Dharmakaya, but appearance is not Dharmakaya. It's the ego fixations, involvement kind of thought. But its nature, yes, clarity and emptiness. But its appearance is normal thoughts. But when you are in the Rigpa, you are not living from the grammar, thought arises. That thought is a Dhammakaya thought, because it's not coming from ego fixation, it's coming from natural mind. So that thought comes, goes by itself. It will not create any klesha or karma. Depends. But when you're outside of thought, natural mind, then the normal thought comes, then you're aware of that normal thought, and through that thought, you enter into Rigpa and look back that thought as a sub-liberation. And that thought can be part of Dharmakaya also. Not coming from Dharmakaya, but can be part of Dharmakaya. It's okay?
Can you say more about when not being in Rigpa?
Not being means you're not.
Because like, if I'm not in Rigpa and I see a thought, I think that bad thought, the reaction pattern is right there. And you said earlier that
You have to be aware of that thought, and then you have to stay in that thought. And then if you stay with the thought cannot be a thought because it lose the object. Because subject object become too close, there's no reaction. That's why the fourth or sixth ground of the boxers, they start to hug each other. Doesn't mean they love each other, but because if you hug, then you will not get punched because it's too close. In order to get punched, the stronger one will push away. Then it has a distance, then he can punch. So if you stay with the thought cannot be a thought, no object, cannot react. So you stay there, you will stop, then from that thought, you find clarity and emptiness. Because if you stay distant, there's always a reaction. So you're aware of that thought, stay with thought, and you find the space behind. or innate, they will open up. Thank you. Yeah. See you on
Saturday.
Saturday. 2 more sessions, Saturday and Sunday, yeah? Yeah.